we're struggling for something. Well, once you get that thing, then are you still struggling? No. So really the point of where we want to be and reach as people, as individuals and as a collective is that we're not struggling. If you're not struggling, that means you're living good.
Damian Marley is the youngest son of the famous reggae artist Bob Marley. Over the years, he has built his own strong name in music by mixing reggae, dancehall, and hip-hop in a way that stands out. Even though he's clearly talented and has done really well, there's been a rumor following him for a long time. This rumor has made people question his success and has kept fans and critics talking. In this video, Damian finally speaks up. He talks about the rumor that has been around for years and shares his truth. But before we get into what he said, let's look back at his journey and the difference he has made in music. Damian Robert Nesta Marley, known by many as Junior Gong, was born on July 21, 1978 in Kingston, Jamaica. He comes from a family full of music and culture. His father was the famous reggae legend Bob Marley, and his mother, Cindy Breakspear, was a jazz singer who also won the Miss World title in 1976. Damian's background brought together two very different worlds. His father came from a poor family, while his mother grew up in a richer, more privileged home. This mix of backgrounds later inspired the name of his album, Halfway Tree, showing the balance between where each of his parents came from. When Damian was just 2 years old, his father passed away. This big loss had a strong effect on his early years. Even though Bob Marley was no longer around, Damian grew up surrounded by his father's music and the beliefs of the Rastafarian faith. He was mostly raised by his mother and her husband Tom Vincent, who worked as a lawyer and politician. Still, Damian also stayed connected with his father's side of the family and often visited his stepmother Rita Marley. Their home at 56 Hope Road in Kingston was filled with musicians and creative energy, since it was also where Bob had built the Marley Music Studio. Being in that space gave Damian a strong start in music from an early age. Living in such a rich and inspiring environment helped shape Damian's love for music. Reggae's messages about politics, spirituality, and standing up for others had a big influence on him. By the time he was 13, Damian had already started making his own mark. He helped start a reggae group called The Shepherds, with other kids whose parents were famous musicians too. Shia Kaur, the son of Cat Kaur from the band Third World, and Yashima Beth McGregor, the daughter of singers Freddie McGregor and Judy Mowat, were also in the group. They got noticed quickly and performed at big events like the Ndi2 Reggae Sunsplash and Sunfest. Even though the group broke up in the early 90s, it gave Damian the chance to start his solo journey. He mixed reggae with dancehall and hip-hop in his style. His first solo song, DJ Degree, came out in '93 on Tough Gong, the record label his father started. In '94, he released another song called Sexy Girls on My Mind, which helped build his name. Then in '95, he joined a charity album called Positively Reggae, with a track named School Controversy, showing he cared about social issues from early on. In '96, when Damian was just 18 years old, he released his first album, Mr. Marley. This album was different from what people expected from someone with the Marley name. His brother Steven helped him produce it, and it had a strong dancehall style mixed with hip-hop. Unlike his father and brothers, who mostly sang, Damian focused on DJing, a kind of Jamaican rapping. This new sound surprised many fans. The album included fresh versions of Bob Marley's songs and Damian's own tracks, like Me Name Junior Gong, which became a big hit in places like Hawaii, where it stayed at #1 for weeks. Around this time, Damian also began performing live at major shows. He joined his brother Ziggy Marley on tour and played at big Jamaican festivals like Reggae Sunsplash and Sunfest. In '97, he and his brother Julian performed at Lollapalooza, a large alternative rock festival in the US. This gave them the chance to reach new fans outside of reggae. Earlier in '93, Damian had already toured with Shabba Ranks during the World Unity Tour, which helped him grow more confident and skilled on stage. From the start, Damian worked hard to create his own style within the Marley legacy. His music brought together the energy of dancehall, the clever lyrics of hip-hop, and the deep messages of reggae. You could hear this mix clearly in his first album, which set the tone for everything he would go on to do. Stephen Marley's help was a big part of shaping this sound. Together, they mixed old-school reggae with modern beats and worked with both Jamaican and American artists to build something fresh that still had substance. This time of growth led to the release of Damian's second album, Halfway Tree, in 2001. The album won the Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album and proved that Damian was more than just Bob Marley's son. He was a serious artist in his own right. The album also showed how he was able to connect the different worlds his parents came from, both culturally and socially. Even before this big success, though, Damian's early songs and performances had already shown that he had a unique voice and something special to offer the music world. After the success of Halfway Tree, Damian's career took off. The album not only brought him a Grammy, but also helped him become a well-known figure in reggae and dancehall. It showed how he could blend roots, reggae, dancehall, and hip-hop in a way that felt new but still true to his background. Halfway Tree brought together big names in reggae like Bunny Wailer and Capleton, along with hip-hop stars like Eve and Treach. These artists helped Damian mix different styles from African roots while still keeping that true Jamaican sound. Songs like It Was Written and Give Dem Some Way stood out with their strong rhythms, African drums, and powerful lyrics. These tracks showed Damian's talent not just as a creative musician, but also as someone who uses music to talk about real issues with substance. After the success of Halfway Tree, Damian Marley kept building his name with more albums. In 2005, he released Welcome to Jamrock, which became a big hit. The title track was especially popular and even won him another Grammy Award. The song told the honest story of life in Jamaica's poor neighborhoods, set to a catchy dancehall beat. It connected with people all over the world and gave a new generation a look into the real struggles and culture of Jamaica. Even though the song was a hit, it also stirred up a lot of debate. Many people praised it, but others were upset because of how clearly it showed the hard side of Jamaican life, the parts that are usually hidden from tourists. Damian said the song shows what Jamaicans are living, as opposed to what tourists get. He wanted people to see the big gap between the nice vacation image and what everyday life is really like for many locals. The lyrics in Welcome to Jamrock boldly expose Jamaica's harsh realities: street violence, drug trafficking, police abuse, and political corruption. Lines like, "Out in the street, they call it murder," and "To win election dem trick we," highlight deep systemic issues. The song opens with a sample from Ini Kamoze's World of Reggae Music, setting a serious tone and linking present struggles to Jamaica's past. While the song gained international acclaim, it sparked controversy in Jamaica. Critics worried it portrayed the country negatively and could harm tourism. One even called the music video utterly disgusting, pointing to scenes of poverty and urban decay. This criticism revealed a divide between preserving Jamaica's image and confronting its truths. Despite this, many Jamaicans, especially those from marginalized communities, embraced the song. Damian Marley said the people he represented love it because it gave voice to their struggles. The track won a Grammy and cemented Damian's place as a socially conscious artist, continuing his father Bob Marley's legacy. Welcome to Jamrock also raised important questions about an artist's role in society. Damian positioned himself as a truth teller, shedding light on inequality between Jamaica's wealthy and poor, drawing from his own experience of both worlds. Musically, Welcome to Jamrock mixes reggae and dancehall styles, with a strong rhythm that matches its serious message. Its success also comes from the catchy but meaningful chorus and the use of local street language, which gives it a real and powerful feel. This mix helped the song connect with people from all walks of life, both in Jamaica and around the world. It got people thinking about what life in Jamaica is really like, not just what the tourist ads show. Still, there was a moment when controversy almost hurt his career. Keep watching to find out what happens next. After his big success, Damian worked with many artists from different styles like hip-hop, R&B, and pop. He became known for blending these sounds while still staying true to his reggae roots. One great example is his 2010 album Distant Relatives with rapper Nas. The album combines reggae, hip-hop, and Afrobeat, and talks about African history, pride, and unity. People praised it for its deep lyrics and creative sound, showing how Damian keeps growing as an artist and using music to bring cultures together. His later albums, like Stony Hill in 2017, which also won a Grammy, show that he is still focused on music with meaning and willing to try new things. Damian is still a major voice in reggae, known for finding new ways to push the genre forward while keeping its heart and purpose. He blends modern sounds and ideas without losing the important messages of standing up and fighting for change. If you are enjoying this video, appreciate it by giving it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Now let's talk about his mother, Cindy Breakspear. She was born Cynthia Jean Cameron Breakspear on October 24, 1954, in Toronto, Canada. She is a well-known Canadian-Jamaican woman who made her mark as a jazz singer, musician, beauty queen, and cultural icon. She moved to Jamaica when she was 4 years old and completed her education there, graduating from Immaculate Conception High School in 1973. Her background includes a Jamaican father with British-Jamaican roots and a white Canadian mother with British heritage. This unique mix helped shape her identity and charm. Breakspear first gained public attention through beauty pageants in Jamaica, winning titles such as Miss Jamaica Body Beautiful and Miss Universe Bikini. Her major breakthrough came in 1976 when she was crowned Miss World, becoming the second Jamaican to win this highly respected international title. This victory was especially meaningful as it happened during a politically sensitive time when Jamaica had banned participation in events involving South Africa due to apartheid. Still, Breakspear accepted the invitation and won, without facing the kind of backlash that others had experienced in similar situations. As Miss World, she traveled widely and represented Jamaica in countries such as England, Scotland, Wales, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Germany, Iceland, and Venezuela. During these trips, she promoted her country and took part in charity events, building her reputation as a global ambassador for Jamaica. Beyond her success in pageantry, Breakspear has made notable contributions to music and the arts. She is a jazz singer and musician who has performed at major events like the '93 Reggae Sunsplash concert. She has also acted in films, including Popcorn, '91, and Passion in Paradise, 1989. More recently, she worked as a special consultant for the 24 film Bob Marley, One Love, reflecting her continued connection to reggae's cultural history and her own personal journey. Her work in music and the arts shows her range and depth beyond her beauty queen image. Cindy Breakspear's personal life is closely tied to the history of reggae music. She is the mother of Damian Marley, the youngest son of the legendary Bob Marley. Their relationship began around the time she won the Miss World title, and Damian was born on July 21, 1978. This connection places her at the center of reggae's global legacy, linking her story to one of the most influential families in music. Bob Marley's song Is This Love was reportedly inspired by their relationship, adding another layer of cultural significance to her story. In addition to her work in music and entertainment, Breakspear has also been an entrepreneur. She founded Ital Craft, a Rastafarian craft store in Kingston, Jamaica, showing her commitment to preserving and promoting Jamaican culture and Rastafarian values. Her influence goes beyond entertainment, reaching into cultural heritage and business. Throughout her life, Cindy Breakspear has been admired not only for her beauty and artistic talent, but also for her role as a cultural ambassador and pioneer. Her Miss World title is a reminder of Jamaica's ability to shine on the global stage despite its small size, a point she often speaks about with pride. She is one of only 3 Jamaicans to win the Miss World crown, alongside Carol Crawford in 1963 and Lisa Hanna in '93, securing her place in Jamaican history. Turning now to Damian Marley's personal life, he has generally maintained a private lifestyle despite his public profile. One confirmed relationship is with Crystal Chatram, whom he married in 2013. The couple has been together for more than a decade and shares a child. Damian also has children from previous relationships, creating a family life that balances his enduring musical legacy. In addition to his marriage, Damian has been linked to actress Lisa Bonet, though this connection appears to have been brief and not widely publicized. Beyond these known relationships, he tends to avoid public discussions about his romantic life, directing attention instead to his music and cultural projects. His long-standing relationship with Crystal Chatram stands out for its stability, a rarity in the often unpredictable world of celebrity relationships. On a more personal and philosophical level, Damian Marley often reflects on the lasting influence of his father, the legendary Bob Marley. He has spoken with deep admiration for his father's life and work, crediting Bob Marley with shaping his worldview and musical direction. While acknowledging that his father's name opened doors within the music industry, Damian does not view it as a burden. Instead, He sees it as an opportunity to build his own identity while honoring a powerful legacy. As he puts it, being Bob Marley's son has done many things for me in terms of having a career in music. I'm very proud of my music, and I'm very proud of where I'm from. People hear that I'm Bob Marley's son, and they turn on my music to listen just out of curiosity. This candid reflection shows how Damian recognizes the curiosity his name generates, yet remains committed to earning respect through authentic artistry. He consistently draws inspiration from the spiritual and revolutionary themes that defined his father's music. To Damian, Bob Marley was more than a musician. He was a spiritual voice for justice and change. In his own words, "A revolution is to bring on change, and we're spiritual people trying to bring on spiritual change." Economic models have reached their height of evolution. Technology has evolved. What hasn't evolved is mankind's spirituality. Everything is from 3,000 years ago. These words reveal Damian's belief in the need for moral and spiritual growth in a world that often prioritizes material and technological progress. He sees his music as part of that spiritual mission, echoing his father's call for human development rooted in compassion, equality, and social consciousness. The values Damian got from his father, Bob Marley, also shape how he lives and deals with tough times. He remembers his father telling him, "You're going to fall, but get up and try again." This way of thinking, always getting back up, still guides Damian in his life and career. His music often shows this same spirit, mixing his own experiences with messages about the world around him. He says, "I like singing all songs really, but I find that writing social commentary comes naturally." These thoughts show that Bob Marley's influence is not just in Damian's music, but in how he lives with purpose and uses music to share real substance. Damian also talks about how proud he is of his roots both in culture and family. His mother, Cindy Breakspear, was Miss World in 1976, and he sees being part of the Marley family as something that gives him strength and a strong sense of identity. "I am very proud of where I'm from," he says. That pride comes through in his music, which mixes reggae with newer sounds. Even as he tries new things, he stays true to reggae's core message. Damian says reggae has always been that voice against oppression and struggle, a message that his father believed in deeply and passed on to him. Beyond pride and tradition, Damian understands how powerful music can be in healing and bringing people together. His father once said, "One thing with music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. That's why my music has a lot of positive energy." Damian lives by that idea too. His songs are full of hope, strength, and substance, just like Bob Marley's were. Through his music, he continues to lift people up, showing how sound and lyrics can help people feel better and think deeper. In many interviews, Damian talks about how much his father influenced the world and how he feels about carrying that legacy. He knows Bob Marley wasn't just a musician. He became a symbol of peace, strength, and pride in who you are. Damian works to keep that spirit alive while adding his own voice to it. "I would never say that being Bob Marley's son has been a pressure. It has been a door opener," he says. He respects where he comes from, but also pushes forward with his own dreams and goals, making sure his music also carries meaning and substance. It's important to remember that Bob Marley is one of the most important and respected musicians ever. His success and recognition show how deeply he changed not just reggae, but music around the world. In the early 1970s, after signing with Island Records, he started to gain attention outside Jamaica with albums like Catch a Fire and Burnin'. These albums helped reggae reach people all over the world, and they set the stage for Marley to become a global icon. His big moment internationally came with the live version of No Woman No Cry from The Live. The album became his first global hit. Then came Rastaman Vibration in 1996, which broke into the US charts. Even though he faced political violence, including an attempt on his life in 1976, Marley didn't stop. He moved to London and recorded Exodus in 1997, an album that blended blues soul and British rock. It received both great reviews and huge popularity, showing the deep substance of his music and message. His songs carried strong messages about fairness, unity, and standing up against injustice. People from many backgrounds and countries connected with his music. Marley's lyrics talked about love, political struggles, and spirituality, all tied to his Rastafari beliefs. This helped him become Jamaica's first big star and the first reggae artist to become famous worldwide. Songs like Redemption Song, Could You Be Loved and One Love are still loved today. They continue to inspire people to think about peace and social change, even many years after he passed away. After his death, Bob Marley was honored many times. In 1981, just before he died, he received the Jamaican Order of Merit. This is the country's third highest award, and it recognized his cultural and social impact. In '94, Marley was added to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This showed he was a music legend whose influence went beyond reggae and reached artists in many styles. His 1907 album Exodus was named Album of the Century by Time magazine in '99, proving how important and lasting his work was. In 1984, the album Legend was released. It was a greatest hits collection and became the best-selling reggae album ever. It sold over 13.5 million copies in the US alone. Since 1991, Legend has kept selling more than 250,000 copies each year, showing how popular Marley still is. Other awards include being named Band of the Year by Rolling Stone magazine in 1960, receiving the Peace Medal of the Third World from the United Nations in 1978, and having One Love, called the Song of the Millennium by the BBC. In 2001, Marley was given the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award after his death. This award honors artists who have made great creative contributions to music. That same year, he got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, joining other famous musicians like Stevie Wonder and Carlos Santana. Also, his first album with the Wailers, Catch a Fire, was added to the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2010. This showed his important role in starting reggae music. Bob Marley's influence goes far beyond just his music. In 2006, a blue plaque was put up at his first home in the UK to honor his impact and legacy. Many cities have also paid tribute to him. For example, in 2006, Brooklyn in New York renamed a part of Church Avenue to Bob Marley Boulevard. Then in 2012, Los Angeles made August 7th Bob Marley Day. More recently, in 2020, he was added to the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame. These honors show how his influence on music and culture still lives on today. All these achievements and honors prove how much Bob Marley gave to music and society. He sold over 75 million records around the world, making him one of the best-selling music artists ever. Even though Damian Marley's father made great progress in his career, Damian himself faced a controversy that hurt his music journey. His 2016 music video for the song Nail Pond Cross, which led to his album Stony Hill, caused a lot of strong reactions because of its bold images and powerful social message. The video shows scenes of crucifixion with Marley himself, a young African-American boy, a Muslim man, and a police officer all nailed to crosses in public places. This shocking imagery was meant as a symbol, and it quickly started debates about what it meant and if it was appropriate. Marley explained that the video was not about Jesus Christ specifically, but about the way many people in society are judged and treated unfairly. He said, "It's ironic, because I'm being crucified for being crucified," showing the deep meaning behind the criticism and the message he wanted to share. The crucifixion scenes in Nail Pond Cross are a strong symbol of how society judges and shames people publicly. This connects to both past and present ways people have been punished, like lynching and public executions. Marley said the video is about more than killing someone. It's about making an example out of them, pointing out how society uses public punishment to scare others and control behavior. This idea of crucifixion as a tool of oppression is the main message Marley wanted to bring out in his music and video. Including different people, an African-American child, a Muslim man, and a police officer was a deliberate choice. It challenged common stereotypes and asked viewers to think twice about their judgments of different groups. Marley also pointed out that not everyone in uniform abuses their power, and society often unfairly labels people based on assumptions. The making of the video used a mix of studio filming and real street scenes in Los Angeles, which gave it a raw, real feel. Marley called it the most Hollywood shoot I've ever done, using green screen technology alongside real city backdrops to tell a strong visual story. The director, Darren Craig, helped bring Marley's vision to life in a way that would make people think and talk. The video was released on platforms like Vivo and streamed exclusively on Tidal, making sure many people could see it and join the conversation. In the song Nail Pond Cross, Marley supports the video's message about judging others and trying to understand them. He sings, Don't throw no word, I beg you, don't throw no stone. If you living in a house of glass, do unto others as you do to your own, which asks people to look at themselves first and be kind, instead of blaming others quickly. The chorus says, be careful who you nail upon cross, warning us that judging someone harshly can cause a lot of pain. This idea fits with Marley's bigger belief in using music to show the problems in society and encourage change. Some people got upset about the video because they thought the scenes of crucifixion were disrespectful to Christian symbols. Marley explained that the video was not trying to copy the crucifixion of Christ exactly, but was using it as a symbol of how many people suffer unfairly. He said, Christ was one of thousands upon thousands of individuals who was crucified on a cross. It could be anybody. This was important to Marley because he wanted to focus on the bigger social message, not to upset religious feelings. In interviews, Marley said nail upon cross reflects real problems today, like how people are treated because of their race, police violence, and how quickly people judge others with stereotypes. He knew the song and video would cause different opinions, but was happy it got people talking. Marley said, some people agree, some people don't, some people like it, some people don't, but me kinda really glad. We always make statements with our music, so to really have a visual that makes a statement too, it feels good. This shows Marley's willingness to face controversy, following in the footsteps of his father, Bob Marley, as an artist who cares about social issues. The video also shows the complicated connection between people and institutions like the police. By showing a police officer among those crucified, Marley pointed out that not all officers abuse their power. This challenges the idea that all police are the same. This careful view asks the audience to rethink stereotypes and remember that everyone has their own story, no matter what their role or background is. What are your thoughts on this particular controversy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content.